Time to build this bash bar. So in the last video we got the front gusset plates done, and something I've been putting off for a while has been getting that rear crash bar done. So I think it's about time we get around to finally doing that. So I'm going to run through the steps, tell you how I plan to build this bash bar, and then we're going to just set it up and go. So first things first, we got to get all the body panels back up in here. We already got the quarter panels on. Taillights are just kind of hanging out right now. But we do need to get the rear bumper back up in here fitted. That way we can get all the right measurements. Once the bumper's back on the car, we're going to use our nice little digital angle finder here. And basically we're just going to go through, take all the angles of the bends in the bumper, measure everything out, cut our piece of tube, throw it in the bender, and get the tube bent. After our tube is bent, we're going to go ahead and have to cut 4 plates. 2 for the bash bar side, and 2 that'll get welded onto the chassis. So the chassis side ones are going to have 4 weld nuts put on the back of them, and we're going to drill 4 holes that the weld nuts can slip into, and then weld those plates onto the chassis back here. The other 2 plates are going to be welded on to the bash bar. So there's going to be stanchions coming off of the plates that'll actually go to the bar right around here. That way we have 4 holes in the bash bar side, and the whole thing can just slide on, bolt into place, simple as that. The only other thing we're going to have to add that I forgot to mention are the connecting tubes, which are just basically going to be straight pieces of tube with a straight notch in it just to go out, hold the bash bar in place. Now that you guys have a general idea of how I'm going to do it, I'm just going to go ahead and start getting it done, so let's roll it.
A messy mind. Think I need to help you. I'm gonna try. Cute as hell, baby. Hotter than flames. Wanna burn together in a million ways. Now let me take the lead. Know you wanna play.
So now we have the rear tube bent. follows the contour of the bumper pretty nicely. It's not perfect, it's not nearly as tight as the front was, but at the same time, I'm really not super concerned about making this one absolutely perfect, because if any crash bar on this car is going to get fucked up, it's gonna be the rear one. Hence why I put these taillights on a swivel and gutted everything out. It doesn't need to be perfect, it's gonna take an impact, it's gonna get bent, it's gonna get tweaked. So it's close enough though, it's good enough that it's actually gonna fit pretty close to the back here and give a little bit more support to the bumper. But now it's time to move on to the next step. Now that that's built, I got to get those plates cut out. So let's get to it. And just like that, we are done with the bar. It is all welded up, bolted on, installed. Probably could have been a little bit tighter in some spots, but honestly, it's gonna work just fine. Do exactly what we need it to do. As for the rear, it's pretty tight, so holds everything nice and sturdy. It's gonna do its job just fine. Now you also might notice that I did cut these tubes a little bit short. They don't run all the way out to the edge of the bumper. And that's because when you build a bash bar like this, you want to take into consideration the pivot points if it collapses. So right now, with this pivot point right here, if this gets hit, the end of this tube right here is just going to go into the frame rail. If you were to run that all the way out to the edge of the bumper, if that gets hit in the right spot, even just a little bit, and collapses in, it could catch into your tires. So when you're building bash bars and stuff like that, always take into consideration tire clearance and the way the bar might move in a situation of an impact. All right, but that's going to be it for this one. So bar's all done, good to go. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow the build along. Head on over to ShaneWhaleyRacing.com. Pick up some merch. Help support the channel. Help support the build. Links, as always, down in the description. So until the next one, I'll catch you guys later.